Florida Marlins now, they were a little more active than anybody else, and almost in baseball combined, with all the moves that they made down there, bringing a new shortstop, moving their shortstop from shortstop to third base. They changed their colors. They're changing their stadium. Man, they're going crazy. They don't even play in the same city.
Yeah.
Two things on that. Not a fan of the color scheme, but
you know, I can't really talk about the color scheme. We'll leave that to you.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, I do have a fashion degree, but
Who knew?
Good to know. Good to know. The thing I want to know about the Marlins and bringing in Jose Reyes and paying an astronomical amount for him, the rift they brought on their team and the quit that you saw in Jose Reyes last year. I think he's a phenomenal player. I really do. But we saw a quit in him last year that you really shouldn't see. Did they overpay for him?
If there's anybody who can get the most out of those players, you would believe it'd be Ozzie Guillen. With the Latin connection, you would think that he's going to be able to talk to those guys and deal with them. Ozzie deals with Latin players on a level that most other managers can't do it. He just goes right at them. And those guys, Jose Reyes and Ramirez, those are the kind of guys that you just want to go out and challenge their professionalism, challenge how good, because those guys want to be great. There's nothing, you can't say that those guys don't want to be great. They do. Challenge their greatness, challenge the fact that they haven't won anything, and this could be a chance for them to take their careers to the next level where they can get a chance to win a World Series.
This is a team full of questions, and I'm very excited that the franchise on Showtime is going to be covering this team, because it is going to be like the surreal life. I mean, it's going to be Real World meets Big Brother. You watch that? Don Jose's a big viewer of that. But what happens is you don't know what Hanley Ramirez is going to do playing third base midway through the season. Is he going to want to get back at shortstop? Is there going to be a rift between those two guys? Does Josh Johnson stay healthy? What kind of player are you going to get in Carlos Zambrano in the back end of your rotation? And how, from that rotation, do you get to Heath Bell? That's the biggest question. From that, it's kind of like a problem that the Braves don't have to worry about, but how do you get from the 6th, 7th inning to Heath Bell at that back end of your bullpen? There's a lot of questions with this team. Mike Stan's going to play really well. I think he's going to have a big year. But you say Ozzie Guillen handles the Latin players really well, which exactly he does. You just hope that there's somebody on this team, a teammate that can handle them very well, because guys really get tired of a coach reaming at them over and over again. Somebody needs to step up in a leadership role on this team as in a player's format.
That takes us to another player that may or may not have an issue with this, and Logan Morrison.
Yeah, I mean, Logan, he had his issues last year. I think he's going to step up. He's going to have a good season. But the one player that you did mention that I wanted to touch on was Josh Johnson. He was one of the top-notch pitchers in all of baseball before he went down.
And a Braves killer.
Yeah, and he's a killer for all teams. If he's able to come back and be anywhere close to where he was before his injury, that is a major plus for what are they? The Miami Marlins?
The Miami Marlins.
I don't want to say Florida. The Miami Marlins. That's a huge you almost want to say that's an acquisition, because that's a player they didn't have for the majority of the season last year.
Absolutely. And, you know, the Braves are looking at that too. Getting back a healthy Chris Medlin is like picking up a player.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, Chris Medlin is going to be able to almost fill a role for, as you were saying, that the Marlins don't have that bridge between your starting pitching and their closer. Chris Medlin can do that. He can be a spot starter. That's something that the Marlins, when they get down into spring training, it's going to have to see who can fill that role for them, because that's a very important role.
And like we talked before, when we were saying that the starters need to go deeper, the back end cannot handle what they did last year, and that is a big thing about the collapse. You didn't have Chris Medlin until the end of the season.
Yeah,
so
you're absolutely right.
That could make a big difference.
You're pretty good at that. That was astute observation by you.